Is there a state law requiring schools to have a counselor?
In Illinois, currently there is no state law mandating schools to have a counselor.
If not, do you think they should? Why or why not?
Students need to have access to resources at their school and need to have someone at school who can be a support to them and their family. I believe counselors help enhance the learning process and promote academic and personal achievement.
Should counselors be at school full or part-time?
Ideally, each school, K-8 and 9-12, would have one full-time counselor on staff. The minimum would be one full-time counselor and potentially a second full-time counselor, or a part-time position as needed depending on the size of a school.
What inspired you to be a school counselor?
My high school guidance counselor, she was always there for me when I needed her, and she was a constant and very rational voice in my life. She constantly encouraged me to try different things and help me get through roadblocks.
We are here to talk about school counselors. We have some questions and would love your input. Here we go. Do you think it's necessary to have a school counselor?
Yes, I think it is necessary.
Why?
Well, we have many students of different ages that come from different backgrounds, and students today have a lot of different emotional and social needs, and I think that's something that needs to be addressed when you're looking at the whole child.
Okay. Is it a difficult task to find a school counselor? Why
Yes,
or why not?
it is hard to find a school counselor because a lot of school counselors don't go into the educational field. I think they're more in the medical field, so there's a limited amount of applicants. And then the other problem would be finances.
If you were able to afford a school counselor, would you prefer him or her to work full-time or part-time?
Well, I mean, if we could afford someone full-time, I would like to keep someone on staff full-time. So if there is an issue that needs to be addressed, that person would be available. But if I could only afford part-time and I could get somebody, I would have someone here for sure part-time.
Have you ever seen a student in need of a counselor?
Yes, I do definitely see students of all ages who could use help with a counselor.
If you did come in contact with a student who needed a counselor, would you refer them to one?
Oh, definitely. I've had to do that, and there are resources available through the Archdiocese, or I have friends and people I can contact. So yes, I have been in contact with people to help our students.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Hello. Thank
Hi.
you for agreeing to be interviewed.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a situation that you found difficult to handle? Would it have been easier to resolve with a counselor?
Yes and yes.
Do you think it's important to have a counselor? Why or why not?
Yes, because if you keep holding your anger or issues inside, it kind of gets you upset.
Would you ever visit or talk to a counselor?
Yes, if I really needed to.
Would you ever recommend someone to go and visit the counselor?
Yes, if they really need it.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for agreeing to answering these questions. Have you ever been in a situation that you found difficult to handle? Would it have been easier to resolve with a counselor?
Well, it kind of depends really, because if you're in a situation with homework, I don't think you really need a counselor for that. But if it's like a serious situation, like say you're getting beat at home or someone's bullying you, then you should go to a counselor.
Do you think it's important to have a counselor? Why?
I think it is important because if someone needs help with anything really, they can just go to the counselor.
Would you ever visit or talk to a counselor?
I would, but only if it's a serious situation.
Would you ever recommend someone to go to the counselor?
Yeah, I would, just in case they have any problems that they're dealing with. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Hello, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed. So we're just going to ask you a couple questions. Have you ever been in a situation that you found difficult to handle? Would it have been easier to resolve with a counselor?
Yeah, I've been in a problem that I wish I had somebody to talk to, but I could never find anybody.
Okay. Do you think it's important to have a counselor? Why or why not?
I think it is because sometimes there's things that you can't handle and you wish you could have people to talk to and tell them and they might help you.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever visit or talk to a counselor?
I would, because sometimes I have problems that I can't control and I want to talk to somebody.
Okay. Would you ever recommend someone to go to the counselor?
Yeah,
if they want to talk to somebody about their problem.
Okay, thank you.